Okay, welcome back. We're on exercise 4-2 now. This time I decided to put my face in there so you don't forget who I am. Okay, so let's start on the abnormal conditions and list them. So we have LIC 20 is at 45%, and then its output is 20%. So that's off. PIC 21 is at 7 PSIG, that's off, and the valve is closed, that's correct. FI 22 is 80,000 pounds per hour, and that is also wrong. It's a lot higher than it should be. FIC 23 is also, it's the boiler feed water flow, and that is off. That's really low compared to what it should be. And again, this controller is also off from 19% and 50% it should be. FI24 is normal at 129,000. That is high at 129,000, way higher. And then FIC25 is at 49,000 and its controller output is 50. That's correct. FI26, which is your steam, the blowdown is normal. And then also the steam is out as normal, blowdown is normal. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so we're going to do our data collection and we'll do evaluation, kind of what I just said. So LIC 20, the controller output's the same. The actual level is correct, but the output is down by 30%. PIC 21, the pressure is down 3 pounds per hour, 3 pounds per PSIG, and the valve is closed, which is normal. FIC 22, which is the recycle flow, that is up 15,000 pounds per hour. FIC 23 is down 2,400 pounds per hour. That controller output is down 31%. FI 24 is up 15,000 pounds per hour. So that's where our balance here works, although this doesn't work correctly. So we'll look at that. FIC 25 is normal. FI 26 is normal, and the blowdown is normal. Okay, so let's evaluate it. LIC 20 is on the set point, but the output is down, so we don't expect that. LIC 20 controller output causes the FIC 23, which is the boiler feed water controller output, the set point to be what it is, and that goes down, so that is normal. So even though this isn't normal, this is normal. So even though the level controller isn't normal, the flow controller that's cascaded off the level controller is normal. FIC 23, that flow is down, and the controller output's down. That is expected, which is what we just talked about. Now, FI22 plus FIC25 equals FI24. That is balanced, 1,500 extra here, or 15,000, and 15,000 extra here. Now, FI22 and FI24 are up at the same amount, so it balanced, but it isn't normal. We know that this is not the normal flow for that. Now, FI26 doesn't equal FIC23. That's not balanced because even including the FI26 is your steam plus the blowdown is 4,400, and that doesn't equal this number, which is, I believe it is 2,000. Okay, so FIC23 doesn't equal FIC26, and the level is not what is expected. So those are our two areas. And FIC24 is up and FIC26 is even, which means we're increasing our flow to the reboiler, right? To E1, which is our exchanger. So that means we would be getting more steam, right? If we had a higher hot flow output from the reactor. So that doesn't match correct at all. Okay, let's think about it. So we do have a problem. It appears that the level in S1, the steam drum, is normal, but we have less boiler feed water and the same steam being made, so that's not right. There's an increased heat source, right? That's the FI24, with steam being made too low to maintain a normal pressure. And then we're going to investigate it. So let's see what else could be the problems. So go back to this again. If we were having an increased heat source and more steam being made, right, this isn't matching the steam output, plus the pressure should be increasing, not decreasing, correct? So the pressure is going down and not going up if we were making more steam and we had more heat. Okay, so let's talk about what are the potential causes. We look at instrument first. LIC 20 error. So maybe it's just not reading right? A normal reading with a low level. FI26 error, the flow could be reading wrong, the transmitter itself. FIC23 could be wrong as well, the abnormal boiler feed water flow as well. Let's talk about mechanical. We could have a leak in the steam drum, and we can have a fouling in E1, poor heat transfer. Okay, so these are pretty reasonable. So let's kind of rule these out now. So we'll go to the most probable causes. Instrument. LIC 20 error, yes, there's no material balance and an extremely low level causing heat transfer problems, so we really want to check for the level. FIC 26 error, well, it's really a symptom and not a cause because it's just reading there, so you can check that, but more than likely that's not the problem. FIC 23, it's not really a problem because it's matching what is supposed to be getting as an output from this level controller. So the level transmitter, if that is wrong, or the controller output's wrong, then it's going to tell this to do something, but this is doing what it's supposed to, so we don't consider that a problem. Let's talk mechanical. S1 leak. So the steam drum. Well, no, there is a material balance problem, but not a loss of boiler feed water because the boiler feed water is just not going in at the rate that it should be. I mean, it's like what I mean is there's not a material there is a material balance problem, but that's not because of that reason, because the boiler feed water should be down because it was being fed to by the controller above the level to be lower, so that matches that. Is E1 fouled? No, increase in heat source should keep the steam generation normal. So if we had fouling, then what we're saying here is that we wouldn't have the flow FI26 be normal, which it is. Okay. All right, so let's see. I think we should put LIC 20 in manual mode and increase the boiler feed water slowly to minimize the boiler cooling. Okay. Then you're going to check LIC 20 and repair it. It could be the transmitter, it could be the controller. I don't know. Note, it is important to act quickly because you have to be careful here because now the tubes are, being exposed to different temperatures. So an extremely low level and a non-submerged exchanger could cause damage to the tubes. Okay, so this is something you would have to do carefully. All right, now I want to point this out. Exercise 4.3 is not what it is in your book. Okay, so just grab a piece of one of the normal operating conditions pages, and then, or you can print this page out if it's not too hard for you to, and then put the new numbers in. So these are the different numbers, and I'll tell you what numbers have changed. And I should have highlighted these, and I'm sorry I didn't. So this is 45 and 45 and 50, and they're actually the normal numbers. Pressure's at 10 and closed. That's the normal numbers. FI22 though has increased. It's 7220, so this is one of the new numbers. FIC 23 is normal at 4400 and the valve's open at 50%, which is normal. FI 24 is 121,200. This is off. It's higher than it normally is. It's normally 114,000. And then FIC 25 is normal at 49,000 pounds per hour and 50%. FI 26 is normal at 4,000 steam flow out, and blow down is 400. Okay, so this is different than what's in the workbook. So do this next troubleshooting problem. Try to do it on your own, and then I'm going to do another voiceover for exercise 4.3. It'll be listed as well. Okay, have fun. Did you miss me? I miss you guys. Bye.